message this morning is, do you? Now, where are we going to go from there? Do you arouse in other people an eager desire? That's a loaded question. When we say arouse, that means to stir to action or strong response, to excite. Do you stir people to action or bring a strong response when you come in contact with them? The word eager, keen or ardent in desire or feeling, impatiently longing. Are people left impatiently longing for something when they've been in your presence? And desire, to express a wish, to obtain, to ask for, to request what you have. We should, as Christians, be arousing strong desires, eager desires in other people when we're around them. Now, most of us have been through this. Most of us have had a desire to get to know someone at some time in our lives. And as we go through life and over the years, those reasons change. In high school, it may have been because, ooh, he's really cute, or oh, she's pretty. Or if you're immature, it may be because somebody's rich, popular, they're a jock or a cheerleader. Those are kind of immature desires, but that's a phase of life that we go through. And then as we grow older, many times we find ourselves more attracted to character traits. What's inside of people.
That's right.
There are a lot of character traits we could name, and each person probably has one or two that is more attractive to them than others. But such things as kindness or compassion, possibly just a passion for life, or a passion for a particular cause. These are things that cause us to be attracted to other people, things that arouse desires in us. Let's go to the Bible and study the Bible, because that's our textbook. We're going to look at several examples out of Jesus' life this morning. We're going to start in Mark 1, verse 21 through 28. They went to Capernaum, and when the Sabbath came, Jesus went to the synagogue and began to teach. The people were amazed at his teaching, because he taught them as one who had authority, not as teachers of the law. Just then a man in the synagogue who was possessed by an evil spirit cried out, "What do you want with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." "Be quiet," Jesus said sternly. "Come out of him." The evil spirit shook the man violently and came out of him with a shriek. The people were all so amazed that they asked each other, "Who is this? A new teaching and with authority. He even gives orders to evil spirits and they obey him." News about him spread quickly over the whole region of Galilee. Now take yourself back in time in your mind or in the spirit, if you so desire, and place yourself in this scene. How would you feel if you observed this, if you were an eyewitness there? How would you feel if you saw someone coming in teaching with an authority you've never seen before, taking control of evil spirits and casting them out. The Bible tells us people were amazed by this. They'd never seen such a thing before. Jesus spoke to the evil spirit with authority and commanded it to leave. If you had witnessed this, would this arouse in you an eager desire to learn more about Jesus? Would you wonder who this person was that came in literally out of nowhere and spoke with such authority and performed such wonders? Apparently, people were interested because news about him spread throughout Galilee. Says the whole region. If we move on to Mark 3, verse 7, says Jesus withdrew his disciples to the lake, and a large crowd from Galilee followed. When they heard all he was doing, many people came to him from Judea, Jerusalem, Idumea, and the regions across the Jordan and around Tyre and Sidon. Because of the crowd, he told his disciples to have a small boat ready for him to keep the people from crowding him. For he had healed many, so that those with diseases were pushing forward to touch him. Whenever the evil spirits saw him, they fell down before him and cried out, "You are the Son of God." Now here, just 2 chapters later, the news of Jesus is spread. People are following him in such multitudes that he has chosen to go out in a boat to keep from, I'm going to say, getting pressed in from all sides. People had heard about Jesus, and they were there. Why were they there? Something had aroused an eager desire in them. Whether it was to find out more, whether it was to seek a healing, whether it was to have an evil spirit thrown out, something, and that something was the Son of God, had aroused in them a desire to find out more. They saw something they wanted. They saw something they longed for. Something that they wanted in their lives. And the evil spirits, as always, couldn't stand up to him. Fell down on their knees and said, "Oh, Jesus, you're the Son of God." Now, if you're witnessing this and see even evil spirits declaring the Son of God, my goodness, would this not affect your life? Would this not affect your life? We're going to move on to Luke 13. It says, on the Sabbath, Jesus was teaching in one of the synagogues, and a woman who was there had been crippled by a spirit for 18 years. She was bent over and could not straighten up at all. When Jesus saw her, he called her forward and said to her, "Woman, you are set free from your infirmity." Then he put his hands on her, and immediately she straightened up and praised God. When Jesus saw the woman, though the Bible doesn't tell us, I believe by his actions we can see that he was overcome with compassion. He had compassion for her. He was moved by her condition. If she'd been crippled for 18 years, do you think her friends and neighbors knew about it? Absolutely. And when Jesus set her free, literally called that spirit of infirmity off of her,